4 people are burning in one thing. They all died, and the driver of the other car who crashed into them died. There's this guy in the bush. Mate, what happened? And he said, the lady got me and put me here. And this is an ambulance-y dude.
Yeah.
He said, man, I don't believe in ghosts or anything, but this is the words of that kid. And he said, look around, there's no one here.
No lady, yeah.
You know? So
I'm convinced that I saw ghosts when I was a kid, and that, again, you can speculate. So I sit on the fence with a few things, as I said, right, and especially ghosts, because I have personally experienced it. I had an experience of astral travelling when I was a kid, and then I had an experience, where was I? I was living in the snow in Falls Creek. I'm having a dream one night, and I had these for a while quite regularly. Like you'd come out, I'd feel like I'd come out of my body, and I'd be walking around back. Like this is in Victoria, so I'd be walking around back home near my mum's place actually. Right. Anyway, one day one night I had this experience, whereas it'd be the same every time. All of a sudden I'd be floating around, and then I'd float, and this time in particular I floated into mum's front yard, you know. And I was just standing there looking around. It was night time, and it was quiet and all the rest of it, like it would have been maybe whatever it was, 2 or 3 in the morning. And then what had happened, I'd come back into my body and hit, and I'd wake up. I'd literally wake up, and my whole body would be tingling, right? And anyway, when I was having this experience in my mum's front yard, this old tree that had been there forever was chopped down. So I thought I rung mum the next day, and I said, "Oh, look, this is going to sound a bit weird, but like, have you chopped the front tree down in your yard?" She goes, "Yes. How did you know that?" Yeah, and I said, "Oh," and I explained to her because I was pretty open-minded, you know, and like I said, "Well, I had this experience last night, like an astral travel, an out-of-body experience, which people talk about." Yep. And I was in your front yard last night, and that tree had been chopped down.
Yeah. You just remind me of something, man. This is podcast number 161. I remember when I first started this thing 2 years ago almost.
Podcast number 8.
Hey?
6 + 1 + 1, 8. So that's my mind works with numbers.
Really?
Man.
I know someone like you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
8's a pretty important number.
I listened to a show where, apparently if you're a newborn mum and you're breastfeeding, okay, and you give the baby to the babysitter, right? The babysitter's at home with the baby. You go out to dinner with your bloke, you know, could be 8 hours away. It doesn't matter. Mm. When the baby gets hungry, the mum's breast milk drips.
Yes, yeah.
Right? That's in the fucking sky. Totally. That's not timing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And there's another one that they reckon they teach security guards. Don't look at the back of someone's head because most times people will go, turn around. Like, I feel that feeling that someone's looking at you is a legit proven
really?
thing. Yeah, so they say don't look, if you don't want someone to look around, don't look at them, right? Definitely don't look at the back of their head. And there was another...
That's a primal instinct thing.
Yeah. So, but it's all in the sky. It's all in the air. So there's every chance that...
That comes down to energy, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, picture this then. Where's your mum's house?
In Adelaide, yeah.
What suburb there?
In Glenelg.
Glenelg. Yeah. I know Glenelg well.
It's nice, yeah.
Right.
It's like Burleigh without waves.
Exactly. And big sharks.
Yeah. Fuck off sharks.
Sharks. Yeah. And tram.
And the tram.
Clanks.
Yeah. It used to be a rough area back in the day. Where I grew up there, it was rough.
Right.
And now it's like, forget about even buying a house there.
Anyway. Sorry, so what was I thinking?
Here's the thing. My mum's yard, yeah.
So it's all in the air. Your mum's thinking what's going on, right? What's to say? It's not passed through the sky. The same thoughts.
Yeah, I'm seeing what you're saying.
Because no one knows what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
You know, what is...
And I have a pretty strong connection with mum.
Yeah, right.
You know?
So
Dad wasn't really around much when I was a kid. I loved Dad and all the rest of it. But, he was off fucking doing his thing, running amok. And so, like, mum and I have a pretty solid connection, and so maybe that...
Why'd you leave her, you bugger? She's down there. I get sad for these ladies, mate.
Well, that's a story in itself.
I saw my mum on the weekend, yeah.
I was living in America. No, what was I doing? No, I was living here. I was living in Victoria in the snowfield. I went to... headed to America to work. Yep. And I went over there with a girlfriend at the time. And...
she hot?
She was all right. Yeah,
I'm halfway through a beer.
she had big tits.
That's all I need to know. Okay, great story.
Oh fuck! And anyway, what was I saying? Because
Right, you went to America.
I got visuals just then.
Send me a picture.
Oh shit. Oh, anyway, what happened? Anyway, so I went to America. She come along with me,
Right.
you know. And in hindsight, I probably should have gone by myself. I probably would have had more fun. But anyway, living in the States, and she was from up here, so we ended up. I was never going to end up in Adelaide. I love Adelaide. It's a beautiful place. All the rest of it, it's not for me.
Yep.
You know, it has amazing features to it. But anyway,
It is the place that everyone puts shit on it for some reason. And
fuck yeah, I know. But
the big cities are either over in Perth or, it doesn't have the,
It's not,
I know it.
It's not for me for the reason that it's just not for me as an individual, right? But like, it's got some amazing stuff there, you know. It's art, it's cultural. There's a lot going for it. But anyway, so I knew I was never going to end up in Adelaide anyway. I was probably either going to move to Melbourne or move up here, because I've been up here a few times. And I just loved it up here. I love the energy of being up here, the relaxed atmosphere. It's the Southern Gold Coast I'm talking about. I never was attracted to service or anything like that. And so, yeah, that just happened. But I got my sister, and Mum's got a good, close network of friends down there and all the rest of it. My dad's still down there, and Mum and Dad they're not together anymore, but like they still, you know.
there.
Mum's, she's sweet. She comes up here twice a year for the kids'
that's
birthdays.
brilliant.
She's up here in a few weeks.
Well, the only reason I say it, because, my mum and dad are in Brisbane.
Oh, yeah.
So they're 70. You see them every time, like, oh, geez.
Yeah.
It's funny how we are, man. These because my wife's Japanese, like they stay within the house. The eldest son or the eldest born.
Yeah.
Well, the house is theirs. They stay in the house. It's an unwritten deal. Everyone else can leave the house, but the firstborn will stay there and look after
with the family.
With the family,
as in his family.
So he has to,
Yeah.
So
right.
if he finds or she finds a partner, they have to be cool with living in the house with the parents.
Well, I guess they'd have to be, because that's just the culture, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the culture. But at the same time, there's still people like, oh, damn, your dad's a pain in the ass, or,
And as I guess as
But we just leave ours.
I guess as those Asian cultures get more westernised as well, they probably run into more problems, because they'd see what's happening on the outside world a little bit, you know.
Yeah, a little, but at the same time, how's the difference between us, sort of English, I suppose? We're gone. We are just gone from the house.
Yeah, totally.
It's totally gone. Even our parents are like, it's time for you to...
I left home when I was 17, I think, and then I only went back when I was travelling. I'll come back and sort of say, Mum, can I come back, just for a few months, and I'm going to fuck off again, you know? And I think once when I actually broke up with a girlfriend, but that didn't last very long. I ended up going travelling anyway, so... But yeah, you're right, but that's Australian sort of Western culture as well, as in Australians especially are travellers. We're travellers by nature, and that's really something that we're known for, opposed to a lot of other cultures, That's why there's drunken Australians all over London.
Yeah.
Compared to really any
stabbed
other.
in the neck.
Yeah.
Let's not get into that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, speaking of Adelaide.
Adelaide. When I grew up in Adelaide, man, Adelaide's known as a violent little town. Hindley Street, which is a main street in the city, was the most violent street per capita in the world.
Yeah.
And I worked at Allen's Music in the city, right?
Yeah, I know it. Yep.
Anyway, on Saturdays you'd get cheap parking off Hindley Street. So, and this is no bullshit. Every fucking Saturday morning, without fail, so I'd go park my car and I'd walk up Hindley Street up to Rundle Mall. This is probably 8 in the morning or whatever. There'd be like an ambulance out the front of one place, because this is like witching hour. People are, if you're still drinking at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, you're fucked up, right? So that's when shit's going to go down. There'd be blood all over the footpath out the front of another pub out the front and so on. And that was just how Adelaide was known for that.
Yeah. Legit, man. We, excuse me, used to race sprint cars, right? So we do it's called the World Series Sprint Cars. So we'll do the same full Australian circuit every year. And when we get to Adelaide, we race out at Salisbury.
Yeah.
Or Virginia,
guts.
actually.
Virginia.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And stay at Enfield, the Manhattan Motor Inn at Enfield.
Fucking hell.
But we had, because of the way the schedule was, we had to be there for 3 weeks. We'd be in Adelaide like 5
Yeah.
years.
In the worst possible place you could be in Adelaide, too.
Yeah. But we'd all end up at Glenelg. What's that pub there?
The Grand.
The Grand.
Yeah,
Grand. I haven't heard that word.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember. I'll put it this way. After my crash, I did a bit of commentary for that same series.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm talking early 2000s. So this is 20 years ago. Right. But then 2007, 10 years ago, I went back to Adelaide to do the circuit again as a commentator.
Yeah, right.
Man. And by the way, the first strip club I ever went to, Crazy Horse.
Hindley Street. That's Hindley Street.
I did.
Yeah.
We'd go to all these strip clubs all the time. But anyway, I went back there 2007, which feels like it was just the other day, so it's 10 years ago. Man, there's 4 24-hour pubs in Hindley Street, I'm pretty sure. Like there's...
Mate, I haven't lived there.
They open all the time.
I haven't lived there for 20 years. But
well, they were...
back then, I think there was it's probably one, yeah.
Right. Well, I'm pretty sure that was 4 because this is what happened. I stayed in the dodgiest little motel right there on Hindley Street. I had to get the
On
plane.
Hindley Street?
Oh, yeah. And I did the speedway, go straight back to the hotel.
Yeah.
And woke up. I actually fell asleep in wearing my the clothes I was wearing. I just lay on my back and fell asleep. Woke up to like glass smashing on windows near me. Of
course you did.
And I'm up on the 10th floor, and I kind of open my eyes, look out the window, and there's dudes. I'm talking 200 people in this corner. You know where the casino is? Sort of there's a little laneway. This place was actually called the motel opposite the casino. So exotic.
They got their top marketing agents on that one.
Oh, and they're these dudes, and they're all wearing rave gear. Like, think of Flea in...
and the
yes.
Buster Moves.
Yeah,
film clip.
Buster- Raver
MC.
pants.
Yes.
Full-on raver pants and stuff. And so, which in my mind, that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know,
totally.
with Prodigy.
Yeah.
10 years before that, 1997.
Smack your bitch up.
Yeah. That was when those pants were around Sydney.
Yeah,
Anyway,
totally.
these dudes just throwing their beers, anything they could find up at the building, though. It's just going smash everywhere.
Where were the police at this stage?
I don't know, but the streets, I remember this well. On the Gold Coast, it was the first night of schoolies. Anyway, I just went, fucking Adelaide, whoa. It was wild.
Oh, fuck yeah, Wild West. I would, without fail, every weekend, because there was a stage there we were playing a lot out, you know. We didn't just see fights. It'd just be, I remember standing next to a mate, and he had a schooner glass smashed in his face.
Wow.
Oh man, I was king. I got in a fight with a bunch of bouncers, and like just young and dumb.
Good.
Yeah, it didn't end well. And one of them king hit me from behind.
Wow.
Mate, I've had friends had club locks smashed over there. Just really nasty shit that you don't ever see up here. And when people, sometimes when they talk about how like surface can be a bit rough, no. Because it was a really, back then as well in the 90s and mid-90s, early 90s, there was a very strong bikie presence as well.
Right, yeah.
And so, like, there was, if something was going to go down, I remember there being a shootout in Hindley Street a few times. Right. Actual, like, behind cars, like Wild West, bang, 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 like North London back in the 60s type sort of stuff. I remember being in the, what was it called? It's a well-known. We got a mutual friend, Matty Bazzina.
Oh yeah, champion,
legend. And we were. He used to play at this place all the time, the Century
That's
Hotel.
Right. He did a podcast here.
Oh, did he?
Maybe did 2. Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah.
The Century Hotel, right?
This,
and Matty used to play there in his heavy band, right? Anyway, I remember rolling up there one fucking morning after being at this like dance party thing at the Arts Factory over the road from the Century, right? And I rolled up and I had like this is like probably 1991, and I had like sort of my, just been to a dance party thing going on. Anyway, there was...
This beat... I'm just setting the scene. No. Because you're right on time.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. That, exactly, you got it, right? I think it was part of the Fringe. Anyway, here I am like probably 16 or 17 years old, I reckon it would have been. Anyway, it's up the front of the pub, and there was a heap of Hell's Angels up the back, The pub was packed, and it was daylight, so it would have to have been 6 or 7 in the morning. Anyway, this one, like... fucking tank decided he's just going to walk from the back of the pub to the front of the pub, hitting everyone in his path, right? And I'm standing there in my fucking, amongst bikies in my fucking rave dance party gear, just standing there going, oh fuck, this is going to hurt. Anyway, I'm the only guy he didn't hit. He even fucking knocked the bouncer out as he walked out. And so, yeah, so there's Hindley Street